ready? It's the Roundtable with me, Robert Bannon.
Well, hey, everybody. It's been a moment since we've been here live with you all here. Today is October 11th, and it is National Coming Out Day. I wish there was a National Coming Out Day when I was young. I'm just old now. I'm just elderly and out. An old queen here on National Coming Out Day. But today, we have the incredible Honey Davenport. New music, new work, new advocacy, always using their voice to help this community. And I am so excited to have Honey here. If you're listening to us on the Broadway Podcast Network, thank you for listening. And if you're watching us on YouTube and on social media, so good to have you all here. It's always a pleasure. You know, Peppermint, who Honey has some history with, called us the place where the queer kids come to play. Well, Honey Davenport is here. Welcome to the show.
Hello.
You are just so fabulous. I am obsessed with the whole Honey Davenport experience.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. It's fun. It's a good time.
It is a good time. Well, today is October 11th. It is actually National Coming Out Day today. And you've made it a point to kind of speak out and be a voice for this community. When did the decision come that you were going to use your notoriety, your standing in public and in the culture to be a voice and advocate?
Well, I think it's like when you grow up having the experiences that I've had, you have two options, which are to say that I'm fine with it, I'm going to let it keep happening, or I'm going to say something about it. It's really not like you have a decision whether you want to stand up against, any kind of social oppression when you're experiencing it. It's like the choice is let it ride out and keep dealing with this silently, or say something about it. And I think we're in a time and place where most people are choosing to say something about it because, our world is full of way more progressive ideas than the ones that we're experiencing right now.
Amen to that. I hear that. And you have music, brand new music, before we continue to talk about queer culture and the life of it all. But I want to tell people while you're here, get ready. So you better be ready. I listened to it. I've been listening to it all day.
Hey.
Mighty legendary, the remix with our friend Alaska is out. Stream it right now. Tell us about the song. Tell us why Alaska, the whole artwork and piece of it is beautiful. Tell us all about it.
Thank you. I mean, it's been a fun, cool little ride, right? I like to make music. All of my songs kind of show the time and place and the experience that I'm having at that moment. And this year, there's been quite some legendary moments. I was very honored to snatch the title of Miss Southern California Continental this year. And I did it in an epic, legendary fashion where I flew from the East Coast the night before over to San Diego, landed when it was time for interview to start, didn't even grab my bags at the airport, just ran to the car and put on a tuxedo like Superman and jumped into interview, won the whole pageant. It was insane. And at the end of it, I just kept saying that was very legendary. And I just kept using this old school New York, Kenny, Marcus Kelly voice. That was very legendary. And I just kept saying that the whole night as I got lit on box wine in celebration. So it kind of transitioned into when I was talking the very next day with a producer friend of mine, Trent Park. We were we're gonna write this song about it. And then I was I kind of want to release a remix. And I had sent it out to a couple of my sisters who also make music, and Alaska heard it. And immediately, Alaska, who was my first choice of putting on a remix, was yeah, I'm down. I'll do it. Let's go. And she was the super sweetest, easiest person to collab with. And it was just 100% genuine,
Well, it is what people are saying. Hey, they're saying love and sending love and love to you. And especially on this day. So, hey, Lattes, hey, Waffles VR Studios. I wanted to say that the two of you voices and the attitude from the beginning where the speaking until the beat drops and then to the hook of the song, there's nobody who's going to be bumping in their car or at the club or at a dinner party or at the gym. It's a perfect song on an elliptical machine on a gym somewhere to keep going.
Yeah. And I feel like we all deserve an anthem, right? Like one of my goals is I was always like, I'm gonna write somebody's anthem. And I've been so honored that people have called me legendary and I've been able to do legendary things in my life and in my career. And I was like, this is a legend's anthem. I want people to put this on and feel their most epic self, feel their most legendary. Like like I wanted a song to get ready to. That's why when it starts off, it's like, get ready, get ready, get ready. Like something right before you leave out the door. Just like, bitch, I'm about to do something legendary tonight. Like it's that song.
I'm stealing it. I think it is a thing, but we're stealing it in your way. Tonight is legendary. Tonight's going to be a legendary night. We are mighty legendary. It's out right now. Stream it, get it, and follow. Why is my phone ringing? How unprofessional of me. This is. We're welcome. We're live. You can follow Honey, at Honey Davenport Official on Instagram, so you can stay up to speed. You were just in London. You're now flying back. You are everywhere. How do you keep up with what you're doing?
Girl, I have a very hard time keeping up with what I'm doing. But I have a really wonderful team. I've been working with my good friend and manager, Evans and Bella from BZ Productions for many years now. And we've, kind of created a system where I just try to kind of keep my cool and just take each step as it has handed to. But, I also prioritize my downtime and my mental health and my alone time, and I'm always doing a billion things, but trust me, I am always finding time to enjoy my experience as well.
That's so important, especially in this crazy world that we live in. So I'm sure look, you better not be a club that looks sideways. You better not be a booker who tries to play, because Honey is going to come for you. So
okay.
You better get your money. You better be treated right. So with the world going on the way that we are, 400 plus laws, anti-trans and drag laws in this country, especially on a day like National Coming Out, where people are scared, people in the South, people in certain states are scared. What is it like for you to be faced with this, and how does it motivate you to keep going?
I think that the time we're experiencing right now, things are changing, things are shifting, and the pendulum is swinging. I've been saying recently, like, all of this increase in anti-drag and anti-trans laws is because the shifts that we've already been making in a positive way. And so, like, everybody's getting their opinion out, good, bad, and ugly right now. And I think that the time we're experiencing at this very moment is just the darkest before the dawn, where we're experiencing an onslaught of homophobic rhetoric throughout our country, but all of it's being exposed and shut down in a very, very beautiful way. If you look at what's happening, that none of these laws have passed. Like we're not in a time and space where you can just proclaim this kind of hate and then people are getting away with it. We could focus on the fact that these things are being introduced to us, but these are not new things to be introduced to us. In fact, they've always been being said. Now just the world is a village because of social media. We can see and hear everything in real time. But these are the kinds of laws they've been trying to pass about us from jump. So like now we're getting to see all of it as it hits the fan. But guess what? It's not winning. So we can focus on the fact that these things are being introduced, but none of them are being successful. And I think that that's the thing to focus on, because that provides a whole lot more hope than the fear of these other things that they're introducing provide. And it's really a battle of hope versus fear,
Yeah, absolutely. That was so beautifully, exactly right.
Thank you.
What Honey said. And that's why you are advocate and talk about a year-round pride. You don't want just June for a store to put out a flag. We need to take it seriously 12 months a year.
Yeah. Like I need you to support me on the darkest hours. That's
Yes.
what real support is. That's what real friendship is and allyship is,
Absolutely. And no group, no marginalized community has ever gotten ahead by themselves. We need allies and everyone to understand that this is a human rights issue and be on the right side of history, for sure. I I have to say that I love you working with this new app and with what's going on with Mistr, because I think it's so important. We are so afraid to talk about our health, especially in the queer community. We're so afraid to go to the doctor. We're so afraid to talk about the stigmas that are attached to HIV, to PrEP medication, to testing, to partners, etc. What made you decide to team up with the Mistr app and go to heymistr.com?
Well, I think with Mr. What I think is so cool and so brilliant, because it's not only my project and my dreams that they've sponsored and funded and they've been teaming up with tons of people in the queer community to get the word out about their incredible services, which I also happen to use. I use Mr. I find it extremely easy because I travel so much and I'm always on the road to have my testing kits sent directly to my house. It's super easy. It takes me like 5 minutes, and then I like drop it right back off at the post office. Like, it comes in, I do it, and my post office is like literally blocks away. Hop right in my car, drop it off, no postage needed. It's super, super easy. And scheduling my testing was always something that became difficult with my traveling schedule. So I saw how easy it was for me, and I want other people to experience have that same experience, because I believe that part of the queer liberation movement and the sexual liberation movement go hand in hand, because part of our fight has always been about the fact that we should be allowed to have the kind of sex that we want to have. That, I always say my queer forefathers fought and died for me to,
Yeah.
enjoy as much trade as I do. Okay. uh, but it's important to be healthy about it, especially in a time like this, surviving what we've already had to survive as a community with the AIDS epidemic and the precautions that have been put in place right now for us to not have to have those experiences that generations before us did have. Like, it's just important that if you are going to be a sexually promiscuous person, which I think is completely fine and valid, even though they told you that it wasn't, it's awesome and cool, then it's important to be on top of your health and to be aware of what's going on with your body, and Mr. makes that extremely easy, while at the same time providing really cool artistic platforms for all of the artists they've decided to sponsor to get the word out about their services. I just think that they're the dopest organization.
Yeah, go to www.heymistr.com, or you could download the app and you can get all the information right on your phone. Such a neat organization. I was researching it and looking it up. Really, really neat. I know today is National Coming Out Day. What is your coming out story, honey? What was that like?
It's the most important coming out, I think, is definitely the one to my mother, which is really, really dope. I had just had like my first New York City breakup with my very first boyfriend, who's still one of my really good friends. I'm actually celebrating my 20 years of when I moved to New York when I was 18 years old. It's so funny how fast 20 years have gone by, and I look 25 still. Um, uh, yeah, I was calling my mom because my mom's always been one of my best friends, and it felt like it was just something that I wanted to be able to talk to her about. And it was like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I was like sobbing, and I called my mom, and I was like, "Mom, I didn't tell you this for I was 19 years old, and I was like, I didn't tell you this for 19 years because I didn't want to hurt your feelings." And she said, "You hid a part of yourself for 19 years to spare my feelings, and for that I love you more." And that's really my whole coming out story. My mom after that was just like, "Cool, I have a queer child," and she definitely will every now and then, even still to today, call me and ask ways to be a better ally and what does this mean, and and me and my mom had a whole conversation a month ago about pronouns and cis and trans, and she was like, "I just want to have understanding of everything," and I think it's really cool when generations before us, they just want to know, especially now, and with things like National Coming Out Day, as people realize how many more people they love are part of the LGBTQ plus community, people who have loved and have made added beauty to your life, and having understanding about who they are, add some kind of beauty to them too. And I love National Coming Out Day for that.
Yes, what a story. Hi, mom. That's a beautiful, like, I love that. I have my own mom. I came out way later in life, honey. I was married to a woman. I got divorced at 32 years old. I came out way later. I was seeing someone, and I called my mother, and I was going away for the weekend. And I said, I'm going away with someone new. And she said, what's his name? She just knew. She just knew, and they had always just accepted. So I know so many people don't have that case, and they create their own families. They don't have the support that they have at home. They don't have those parents who want to be good allies and learn. So a lot of my students, I'm an educator in Jersey, and a lot of my students, they've come to me. They know I'm like hey, can't butch it up enough to fool anybody. What advice do you have about trying to create your community growing up as a queer child, and the hope that is the end of this rainbow?
Yeah, even when I was growing up, there was less than there is now, um, uh, outreach for queer kids. And I know that in a lot of places that's being threatened and that's being, pushed away. But in every community, just about, there's some kind of pride organization. I had queer teachers who um, affirmed what I was feeling and made me feel like I was just as valid and special as everybody else. And we really have to look to those people. Now we have things like even like RuPaul's Drag Race on TV, which I'm not saying the drag queens signed up to be role models, because that's not always a good choice. um, but but at least we do have some queer people in mainstream media who are excellent role models. And I think that it's important to see what kind of success is available to you in your future, and in a way that wasn't when I was younger, you know.
Yeah.
So what I will say to younger people who are discovering their queerness on any level is, remember that a lot of awesome, special people are and were also queer, and you're not alone. Because I remember for me, it feeling like there was very little representation of anyone who was great who was queer, and now there's so many examples all over everywhere you look.
Absolutely, and that's a whole word right there.
Mhm.
I I you have always you when you read about you, Philly, growing up, you've always been outspoken about homophobia, racism, discrimination. Your poetry, your music, your performance art, your drag, everything you do has kind of an underlying message to it. And when we go see your show, or we listen to your music, or we watch you on television, or etc., what is the theme? What is the goal of the Honey Davenport Experience?
I think that where I've it's funny because what I've taken away from it is what I think what I want as other people to get. What I've taken away from my drag persona is that it is okay to be who I am on every level, in every capacity, in every situation. It is 100% valid to live in my truth. And I think that what a lot of people take away from experiencing me is seeing me be so authentic into who I am and speak the way that I do about any situation that I speak or perform about. It lets them leave with a sense of it's also okay for them to be themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think that I provide that kind of space for people by letting them experience my authentic experience. They realize, oh, mine is cool too. Because if this little like weirdo is fine and everybody likes it and laughs at it, it's okay for me to be myself as well. You know.
Well, we're here from one weirdo to another. I'm here for it. I also think if I was doing the math, we are about the same age. So I better not say I'm old, because you are not old, and I am
Okay,
not old either.
good. Yeah,
Even though this month is the big 40,
the
honey.
big 40. Oh, I'm 38, so we're not too far off. Yeah, we're pretty close. We're pretty close. Yeah. Yeah. So I just had 38. And I'm gonna plan something huge for the big 40, I think. Or maybe I'll just like not plan something big for 40, but plan something big for 39, like my last year of my 30s. I think
Yes,
that's better.
I'm here for it. Well,
Yeah.
our homework assignment, everybody, you're going to go stream Mighty Legendary right away, right now. Send it to a friend, send it to somebody who needs to hear it, and send it to somebody who needs to feel legendary today. Send some love and support. Go follow Honey Davenport Official on the Instagram and all of the fun. And if you want to get up on your health, go to Mistr.com. We are here for Happy National Coming Out Day. Thank you, honey, for all of the love and support you give to this community. We see you, and I stand with you. And I can't wait to see you do a show. I want to come to a show.
Yes. But you say you're in New Jersey?
I'm a mile from New York City.
I'm currently in New Jersey at this very moment.
What up?
I'm at Asbury Park right now because I'm DJing here at Paradise on Friday.
Paradise. All the fun Jersey queens are out in the Asbury Park.
Guess you need to bring your little self over to Paradise this Friday. And
Paradise
this Friday is where it's at. I'll be DJing on the main floor.
Okay. Well, there we go. Friday. If you have plans, Friday night, Jersey. I'm in Jersey. I rep Jersey all day. So okay. Yes. All right. I'll see you there. I'll see you there. Thank you.
Great talking to you.
Thank you so much. Great talking to you. Thank you so much.
All right. Bye.
There you have it. How much do we love Honey Davenport? I love Honey Davenport. I'm here for the whole experience of it all. We are here tomorrow night if you want to come join at 7 o'clock Eastern, 4 o'clock Pacific. And Margaret, talk about queer icons, talk about legendary. And Margaret will be here, the one and only Oscar-nominated, Golden Globe winning, et cetera, et cetera. We have live shows every single day. Watch us on the Broadway Podcast Network and join us here on the Roundtable. I thank you all for being here. Thank you so much to Honey Davenport for being here. And if you want more information about me, you can always go to robertbannon.com, and you can always follow us now on the Broadway Podcast Network, where we've had new stuff every single day. Look at this. People are here. Christine Clifton, lots of lattes. It feels like old times. It feels like we are back. And tomorrow I will be here with you. We will be together, and I'm so excited for everybody to catch up with us all. So I'll see you tomorrow, and make sure you listen and stream with us on the Broadway Podcast Network. Happy National Coming Out Day, and I'll see you all again super duper soon. God bless you. Thanks for being here. The best is yet to come.